Set during the final stages of the Second World War, Attack Force Z follows a specially trained Allied commando unit on a secret mission in the Pacific. Their objective is to locate and extract survivors of a downed aircraft, including a defecting Japanese official whose information could bring the conflict to a swifter close. Alongside navigating the hostile jungle terrain, the unit must contend with entrenched Japanese troops and wary local resistance fighters. Directed by Tim Burstall, the 1982 film Attack Force Z centers on an elite multinational military team deployed to a Pacific island under Japanese control. This covert group, drawn from the ranks of Allied forces, includes Captain Paul Kelly Mel Gibson and Sergeant Danny Costello Sam Neill of the Australian Army, Lieutenant Jan Veach, John Philip Law from the Dutch colonial military, Sub-Lieutenant Ted King John Waters of New Zealand's Navy, and British able seaman Sparrow Bird Chris Haywood. Together, they represent the Z Special Unit, a real-life special operations group from World War II, operating under orders from General MacArthur. The island is located in the Sembelang Straits and serves as a backdrop for the team's high-stakes objective, recover survivors from a plane crash on January 10, 1945. Hidden among the survivors is a Japanese political defector in possession of vital information. Only Captain Kelly knows his true identity and has orders to eliminate him if recovery proves impossible. While the local population shares resentment toward the occupying forces, they are not entirely receptive to the commandos, forcing the team to rely on a reluctant underground network. Growing up on a steady stream of wartime epics, from Where Eagles Dare to the Guns of Navarone, I found Attack Force Z a familiar but entertaining entry in the genre. It delivers the basic formula: tense action, rugged landscapes, and moral ambiguity, albeit on a tighter budget. Mel Gibson, youthful and intense, stands out even in a relatively subdued role. He and Sam Neill play solid supporting parts to John Philip Law, whose performance as the multilingual Dutch officer is serviceable, though not especially memorable. The film aims for a distinctly Australian flavor but never fully embraces its identity beyond accents and uniforms. Ultimately, this is a straightforward, masculine war adventure. Though direct sources are lacking, it seems reasonable to suggest Attack Force Z was an attempt to emulate the wartime adventure films made popular by British and American studios. Casting emerging stars like Mel Gibson and Sam Neill points toward a strategic effort to widen the film's appeal beyond Australia. John Philip Law, already familiar to international audiences, appears to have been selected for commercial viability. Interestingly, Gibson's rapid rise to stardom led video distributors to retroactively promote him as the lead when the film was released for home viewing. Tim Burstall, born April 20, 1927, in Stockton-on-Tees, UK, gained a reputation as a pioneering figure in the revival of Australia's film industry. Known for directing, writing, and producing across formats, his breakout hit Stork 1971. Tim Burstall, born April 20, 1927, in Stockton-on-Tees, UK, gained a reputation as a pioneering figure in the revival of Australia's film industry. Known for directing, writing, and producing across formats, his breakout hit Stork 1971 was a landmark success, helping to restart domestic cinema following a long commercial drought. Alvin Purple 1973 was another milestone, as the first Australian film to receive widespread distribution from a major American studio. Over his prolific career, Burstall helmed 12 feature films, dozens of shorts, and several major TV productions, including The Man from Snowy River series and Water Rats. He passed away in 2004. His contributions were formally recognized with several Australian Film Institute awards and the Longford Lyell Award. Notably, he was the father-in-law of actress Sigrid Thornton. Bruce Spence recalled after Burstall's passing, "It's a tragic loss. His creative fire was still alive just weeks ago." Roger Marshall is credited with writing Attack Force Z. While not a prominent figure in Australian screenwriting circles, Marshall was known for scripting gritty British police dramas such as The Sweeney 1975, The Professionals 1977, and Dempsey and Makepeace 1985. Mel Gibson as Captain Paul Kelly. Gibson delivers a focused and committed performance reflecting the disciplined yet emotional core of his character. Before this film, Gibson had received acclaim for Tim 1979 and Gallipoli 1981, roles that established him as one of Australia's brightest talents. He later achieved global stardom through blockbuster franchises like Mad Max, Lethal Weapon, and the Oscar-winning Braveheart 1995. More recent appearances at the time included The Patriot 2000 and We Were Soldiers 2002. Trivia: this film represents the lowest-grossing title in Gibson's filmography. John Philip Law portraying Lieutenant Veatch. Law brings a quiet idealism to his role. Best known for his work in Barbarella 1968 and the spaghetti western Death Rides a Horse, Law's role here is comparatively restrained. Sam Neill as Sergeant Danny Costello adds depth to the group dynamic. A New Zealand-born actor often claimed by Australian cinema, Neill had already impressed in My Brilliant Career 1979. His career later spanned films like Dead Calm 1989, The Hunt for Red October 1990, and Wimbledon 2004, and he remains a fixture in both international and Australian productions. Neill was winner of the 1989 AFI Best Actor Award for Evil Angels. Chris Haywood, in the role of Sparrow Bird, exudes the kind of gritty authenticity often associated with Australian screen performances. His earlier work included Breaker Morant 1980 and The Cars That Ate Paris 1974. Following Attack Force Z, he won acclaim and awards for A Street to Die 1985 and later featured in Muriel's Wedding 1994 and Shine 1996. John Waters, playing Sub-Lieutenant Ted King, had prior experience in wartime drama through Breaker Morant 1980 and would go on to appear in All the Rivers Run 1984, Neighbors, and Boulevard of Broken Dreams 1988, earning an AFI award for the latter. Between 1979 and 1989, the cast of this film collectively earned 6 AFI awards. The producer, Lee Robinson, born February 22, 1923 in Sydney, had a varied career that included work on the iconic Australian series Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. While Attack Force Z was among his last major film projects, Robinson's earlier efforts helped shape Australian TV storytelling. David Stiven, the editor of the film, was born in 1940 in the UK, gained recognition for editing 100 a Day 1973, earning an AFI award. His work on Tim and Mad Max 2 cemented his status in the industry. He also edited Crocodile Dundee 1986, but is remembered less fondly for Almost an Angel 1990. Composer Eric Jupp, born January 7, 1922, contributed a moody and functional score to Attack Force Z. Jupp was previously known for his work on Skippy and also scored Tim 1979. He passed away in Tasmania in 2003. Jupp collaborated with editor David Stiven on several projects,